What's up, y'all? It's Ronnie from the Broad Street Trades. Back with another Swing Alert recap. No intro, let's jump right into it. Yeah, yeet. As you can see here, we took a few trades this week. Disney was actually one trade we took on Friday and swung it into this week, so it goes into this week's category. So we got in on Friday for 205, exit at 222. Not the biggest of gain, but kind of like this AMD play here where there was more to be gained, but I played it kind of aggressively. Um, I didn't close out all the full position when I should have. So I actually got us into position here on Friday as it was coming out of the strong demand zone here, and my target was this trend line that we have on the 1 hour. You see here, this trend line that we have here. So it was actually my target here, and I really thought that we can probably get to that supply zone up there, and we didn't get up there. But that was my first target. Second target was a supply zone. The contracts was actually up $50 per contract. I actually closed one out. Price pulled back here, and then I didn't exit. Actually got a second entry here. I should have got out here on this double top, but then price sold off actually pretty wildly towards the end of the day, and the contracts actually started to deteriorate, and I actually got stopped out. And I should have had my stop loss for break even, and I didn't, which I would have walked away with probably with like at least like $10 more. I think my first exit for sure was 250. My second exit I think was like 196 or 197, but it was a small gain, still win nonetheless for $34. $34 on the profit here. $400 position, 8%. That's not too bad. It could have been better. At the most, they were up like 22% or something like that, or like 17 or 22%. Anyways, XOM here, we took XOM 60 puts right here. So Exxon was actually pulling to this strong supply zone that I was eyeing for a couple weeks now, and as you can see here, so Exxon looked like it's gonna form a cup in the handle, and that was actually my analysis that I gave in the Discord that I wanted to play off this possible cup. I wanted to play the handle down, and it played out perfectly. So we got in on the puts here, we got in 60 puts here as it was rejecting the supply zone. Go to the 5 minute. Got in a 60 puts rejected supply zone. I literally think we caught this right here on the way down as the market was going to close. Next day, market gaps down, taps this 200 EMA, rejects it hard, but I actually didn't catch this downside, which actually the contracts wound up being up 115%. If you would have just held to what about 10 o'clock here, you would have just held about 10 o'clock here, you would have caught this full move down. I got out for my first contract of around 70%, 75%. I got a first contract around 75%. I got the second contract close to break even, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I think I first exit 75%, second exit 35%. Got an average exit of 41%. Three contracts for a total of $171 profit. There was actually a lot more to be had here, as like I said, it could have been it was 100% gainer the day of, but then price still kept pushing down. So the next day we gap down, but then price rallies up, but then we sells off for more. Gap down, price rallies up, sold off some more, and this is one of the reasons why I stress that if you're playing puts or calls, to let the full move happen, because sometimes what the market maker does is they like to shake people out of their positions by rallying up in the morning and then selling off, or vice versa, selling off and then rallying in the morning. Because what they want, the market maker wants you to do is get in your long or short position, and then they shake you out and then look, it sells off. So I should have been watching this 200 as a resistance here, and I wasn't. But I think I got stopped out on this green candle here, and I should just gave it a little bit more time, and I would have caught the whole move. But nonetheless, still a nice gainer. Walked away with nice that. The loser of the week was Pins. Some people are still holding this. I still do love the play, but I honored my stop loss, which was at with the previous day lows. Pins up here. So got in pins here on Thursday. Excuse me, Friday. Excuse me, Wednesday here. These days it's hard to read here on the TOS. Got here on Wednesday here, and my stop loss was actually below this low right here, the previous day low, the Thursday's low, and we literally got right below that. I was stuck between averaging down or stopping out. My stop loss was the low of the day or 35% on the contracts. And as it was pulling down, people in the Discord was asking me, "Are we holding? Are we holding? Are we averaging down?" And I was contemplating averaging down because even though the price was selling off, it still wasn't giving up my demand zone. Excuse me. And I try to typically play the plays through the whole demand zone, but sometimes that's hard to do because then the stop loss down here is probably like 75% loss, but I could just take the 35%er loss and then just replay this zone if it comes down and retap. So that was my game plan, is that to re-enter, which I didn't do for the group, but that was my plan to do. Some people still held. I still do love to play, as there's like no real supply until about $86. So I personally think there's a lot of room in pins going forward the next few weeks. I just wasn't patient enough to hold it. We did have a lot of time on those. We had the June 18 calls, uh, and I should have probably just held them, but it is what it is. Third play of the week was DraftKings. We got the 45 calls. Got off of 47%. Show you what I saw there. Sorry if this video seems like it's being rushed, but rough weekend, rough weekend. So I got into the DraftKings calls on the 13th here. As it was coming to a demand zone, it was just consolidating off the top of this demand zone. So I knew a big move was coming. It was all about just waiting for it. And I kind of thought this was going to play out the next day when I took the play. So I was hesitant to actually. I actually almost went in heavy, is what I mean to say. I almost went in heavy size, and you never want to really do that. There was like multiple plays that I was eyeing at the same time. Las Vegas Sands, Boeing. There was a couple of them I was eyeing. I chose DraftKings, but I kind of had a feeling that this was going to rock it up and not typically consolidate here and then run off, which I'd have been okay with. That's one of the reasons why I got time. So market opens up, power straight through, target one, target two. Got a nice clean exit. The first exit I think was 35%. The second exit was 77% for an average of 47% and $180 profit. So this profit basically got wiped away by the pins, and then we basically got it back. So we kind of, I guess, in a way broke even. As you guys can see the account, the days. Here's the days. Got our weeks over here. Counts up 431%. We could have been up more if we'd have took profits on Disney at at the top like we did on the first half of the contract, and didn't try to give it a lot more room to run. Same thing with the AMD last week. I did the same thing with AMD. I gave it a little more room to run, and wound up only locking in a small percentage, like 8.5%. But these contracts was at a high of like 244, and I basically sniped the exit on one of them, and then the other two I didn't snipe that exit, and I wound up getting out those for almost break even, so for a small gain on that one. So playing, I guess a little more aggressive, not taking the profits when I see them, which I need to get it slightly better at. But as you can see, went on a nice little win streak here. Winning a couple, losing, winning a couple, then losing. And that's how you should be. You should lose, but you shouldn't just be losing all the time. Here's the account up. So we're up. We made $223 for the week. That's 9% of the whole account. Here's May. So far, we're up almost 12% of the whole account. If you would have started this month itself for $500, you're already be up 50% here. As you can see, win 55%. The loss is 38. Wins 38, losses 31. For average, and our average wins are sitting around 48%. Should be higher, given that some players have been running for 50, 75, 100%, and just not catching the whole moves. I need to do better at that. Sorry, got to sneeze, but could be doing better at that. $223 for the week, $283 for the whole month so far. Not bad, not bad. Still on our road to 5K. Once we get to 5K, then I'll switch over from a 5K. I do a 5K to 25K challenge after that. So we're halfway there. 431% is not bad. Till next time, guys. Take care.